Wow, this was such a tasty dish. Let me show you how I made this. This was sliced beef with ginger in an oyster sauce. And firstly, we're going to marinate the beef. So let's do that first. This is the beef that I got. It was rump steak from Morrison's and it was 288 grams. So what I'm doing now is slicing the beef thinly, just in little bite-sized pieces. So get that done firstly. Pop the beef into a bowl and we're now going to tenderise the steak. These are the ingredients that you're going to need to tenderise the beef. This needs to be in the fridge for a maximum of 20 minutes. So do the marinade and then get your vegetables ready. So you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of MSG if you've got it. If you haven't, then don't worry. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of dark soy sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of corn flour and 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb. Now I'm going to add the MSG first, then the salt, and then the soy sauce, the garlic paste, corn flour, bicarbonate of soda, and the sesame oil. And then give that a good mix. So mix that all together, pop it in the fridge 20 minutes. And just to note that you don't have to marinate the beef like I have done. If you're in a rush, then you can just cook the beef, just slice it and cook it. You don't have to marinate it. I choose to. It does tenderise the beef, but like I said, you don't have to. Starting to get the vegetables ready now. So I'm firstly doing the ginger, which there was 20 grams of ginger. I did have 1/2 a tin of water chestnuts left, so I put those in the stir fry. Whatever you've got, whatever vegetables you've got is fine, but I'd got these left over, so I wanted to use them up. I chopped up 3 spring onions, so put 3 spring onions in. I'd also got a red and green pepper, so I did about 1/4 of each for 2 of us because we got quite a lot of veg, so I did 1/4 of each and sliced them. These were the noodles that we used, medium egg noodles from Tesco, and I just popped 2 in some boiling water. They took about 6 minutes. Once they were cooked, I just put them in some cold water just to stop them cooking any further and sticking together. These are the ingredients for the stir fry that we used. So 288 grams of rump steak, 3 spring onions, 1/2 teaspoon of MSG, pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 200 millilitres of water, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, 1/4 of a red pepper sliced, 1/4 of a green pepper sliced, 60 grams of water chestnuts or however many you've got, 30 grams of mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce and a corn flour slurry for thickening. So now we're going to stir fry the veg. So I've got the beef in the pan, so just cook that for a couple of minutes before you add anything else. Get that browned. Then add the ginger in there. So put the ginger in and let that cook and infuse for a couple of minutes. Let that brown and then you can start adding your vegetables. So firstly I'm going to put in the spring onions. And I'm going to add some MSG in there. So it's 1/2 teaspoon of MSG that I'm adding in there. Then add a sprinkle of salt. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. I use garlic paste. Give that a stir. Then I'm adding the water chestnuts in. And the mushrooms. Then the red and green peppers that I'm adding in as well. And then give that a stir. Get those all mixed in. Then I'm going to add the oyster sauce in there. So add the oyster sauce and mix all that through. Add 200 millilitres of water. And also 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, and add those together. While that's just bubbling away there for a couple of minutes, I'm going to make the noodles. So first of all, I've got half an onion. Cook those for a couple of minutes. Then add half a teaspoon of MSG to the pan. And then add the noodles that's now cold because they've been sat in some cold water. So add the noodles in there. And then we're going to add some dark soy sauce and some light soy sauce. And I just sprinkled it over. That just gives it its colour and its flavouring as well. And give that a mix in, and then just keep letting the noodles sit for a minute, and then turn them over. Give it another minute, turn them over until they're fully warm again. If you need to thicken the sauce, then just use corn flour and water just to get that to the consistency that you want for the sauce. And now it's time to dish up, so get your plate ready, or in our case we've got a bowl ready. Firstly, put your noodles in there, in your bowl, and then pour on that lovely mixture. Look at the mess I'm making, honestly. But I clean the plates afterwards, so don't worry. And that's it, all done. Absolutely gorgeous, delicious, tasty, flavoursome. It was so lovely. Get your ingredients ready, and then it'll be all easy, just quick cooking. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good day. Bye.